Hi, it's Jeanette here from my home studio in the lower studio, Far Forest Ceramics in the UK. Very first full glaze firing in my new kiln called Blaze, so quite excited about that. Apologies if I'm not overly enthusiastic or not my normal bubbly self, but I'm not very well. I do have a medical condition which maybe every 6 to 8 months I have a flare-up or an attack, and it can put me in bed for 2 weeks and I'm unconscious. Mild flare-up happened in the last 2 days. I'm already on my medication emergency pack that I have in the house from the doctors. So if I have to keep stopping and starting this kiln opening, I do apologise. But I have my one and only small Christmas fair in 4 days, and there's things in this kiln opening for that fair. So I tried my hardest yesterday, sitting at a chair in between medication, trying to get everything into the kiln. And then I realised after I'd fired it, and I'm sat curled up in a chair with the meds working, and I'm checking my programme, my log, and the glaze firing I wanted to put for a cone 6, I'd gone and put it on at cone 06, and it was just finishing its firing. So it was at 990 degrees centigrade, and it said it was finishing. And part of my brain's going, that's not right, that's not right. Realised 06, not 6. I'm just getting used to the new programmer here, and I hadn't spotted it because I wasn't firing on all cylinders. So Googled, and everybody was saying quickly, stop the program, put it on the correct program, and whatever temperatures it's at, it will pick up from that point, which it did. Only needed another 2 hours firing, so I just hope that it hasn't spoiled everything, because I will be absolutely gutted. And then today, thinking it's okay, I'll be able to do a kiln opening at some point. I'm sure I will. So I took my meds, and then I forgot that we've got in our village, which we are in a forest, the power we've been notified is going off for the whole day. And I thought, that's okay, I've charged my phones up, I can still do a kiln opening. You can see my speech is not right. I forgot about lighting. But they must have finished their work, because we have electricity, we've got lighting, and it's nice and toasty warm in here because the kiln blaze has been firing. So, you might have seen on my previous videos, I made my first 2 buckets of large dipping glaze from old Joe at old... Oh, see, come on Jeanette, get your words together. Joe, Old Forge Creations, I've been making his first 5 with lots of tests, and I did my first 2 batches. If you haven't seen those videos, there's a playlist called Let's Make Glaze, and I've actually got in here some of the, I've actually done a load of trees and some mugs with that dipping glaze. So this could be a disaster, but I need my trees for my fair. And I've been making some beautiful 5 stacking platters with the Hartley and Noble stacker system, which I tested out for them. And I decided to try frozen pond for the very first time in 3 different variations. So that's in here at the bottom as well. So yeah, only 2 shelves, but it's quite a bit in. Well, compared to Bella's normally opening it quite small. So let's see how far I get, and hopefully I don't have to leave you too many times, but we'll see. Oh, I've also been asked, how do I film my kiln openings and I don't even have the sneakiest of peaks, as per Sarah at Pottery Corner, her phrase, sneakiest of peaks. Well, what I do is I open the kiln lid so I can get my camera on a vertical down view. I open the camera without looking down, and then I slide a wearboard over the top so I can't see inside, but I can see the outer line of the kiln, and I have to position this camera so that I can open the lid without knocking it. And then as I close the lid, I pull the wearboard out. So I haven't seen anything at all. So you're seeing it like me for the first time. Right, come on. Come on, Jeanette, hope my words don't fail me. Let's get in there. I've undone this. Let's get in and see. Okay. I'm not looking yet, you're seeing before me. Oh, I'm seeing the frozen pond. Oh, I don't know what's dropped in there. Oh, I don't know what's dropped in there. These must have been spitting. Oh, yes. Oh, those frozen pond. Oh, there's some, oh no, it's okay. I don't know what it is on it, but I can't even get my sentences out. So this is, blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's a bit of an exciting opening. Wow. Wow, I'm hoping you can see what I can see. Let me just check. Oh, it doesn't show me what you can see. Oh, so I don't know where to start. Okay, let me get a tree out. I'm doing the frozen pond last, and the bottom shelf is all frozen pond. So these are my luminaires. Hopefully they've not stuck. I've got Kiln wash on. Oh, that's so nice. I've got some holes sealed up. Oh, I like that. That dipping glaze has worked well. I wanted it to grin through because I think it gives it a lot of, I don't know, three-dimensional effect. I do like that. Few drips on the inside that I tried to clean up, didn't manage to do them all. Tiny bit of Kiln wash touch there, but that's really nice. And I've got some special lights that are, you can change the batteries in them, and I'm going to fix the lights inside, so all you have on the inside here is a button to press to switch it on, and they'll be permanently on. So that's my small ones. I like that. I'm wondering if I can drill that hole through the glaze there. I've got two closed up. That's lovely. Right, let's see how many of these are stuck. I've got small, medium and large. So that Kiln wash is really doing the job there. Two of them I had bottom petals fall off. And I don't know which two they are, so let's hope those are still on. But I'm surprised how it spit it out. I like that. So the first set I made, I didn't have a cone inside. I did it straight on the floor mat and they were too fragile. Then I decided to put a thin cone on the inside and work like that. And I got my groove going. Right, I can feel these. It's 40 degrees inside. But I'm just going to get a board to put them on. So I'm putting them on a shelf that has some like plastic covering on, so I don't want it to make that all go weird. Let's just get the rest of these out. I might just put you on fast forward while they check them out. Very nice. Just an odd one or two holes have sealed up. They feel beautiful in the hand. So how many? That's 3 small. Right, so I dipped this mug. Now, which one is this one? I'm gutted. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's not stuck. It's not. It's just... Okay, it's not stuck. It's just something fell in it. Now, what number's this? 403. Now, was this the one I reglazed? Must be. Is it or isn't it? It's got to be. So I did one. Let me go and get it. So this is the first test one I did. And I washed it, left it overnight, because it'd been sat on my shelf for a few weeks. So I completely submerged it to get all the dust off it, and I left it overnight. Again, that's got some bits in it. And I love that, absolutely adore that. And then another one I actually washed the same day, and it didn't come out with the same result. So I reglazed it. So I think this is the one I've reglazed. There's nothing different with them. Nothing different at all. So you can re-dip, refire after you've already glazed it. I'm so sorry about my speech. It's not brilliant, is it? Right, so the reglaze, I did put hair lacquer on. Normally I would heat it with an air gun, but I used hair lacquer because I didn't feel that I could heat it with an air gun and dip it as easily, whereas normally I'd heat it and brush on. But that is beautiful. 2 gorgeous glazes. Really pleased. Oh, the other thing I'm going to do, I don't know if you already follow Nat at oh, my speech. Please let it come back. I'm not usually all muddled, am I? And I normally am full of words. I talk too much, but today it's just not happening. Nat at Mud Magic. Blah, 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 blah. It's a bit of a tongue twist to that. I love watching Nat. We message back and forth online privately as well. But what Nat does at the end of each kiln firing is she chooses a kiln favourite. So I love that. So I'm going to try and do that today. But I'm looking at those frozen ponds and I don't know where I'm going to go with that. Well, I don't know what's underneath, but I'm going to do that. So thanks, Nat, for that suggestion. Great idea. So let's have a look. Now, I dipped some tumblers. Oh, I'm pleased. Ooh, It's my cookie that just dropped. That white dot, which I thought was ruined, is obviously something spat off. Oh, wow. Oh, that is just dipped 4 seconds. That glaze is gorgeous. Now, what I didn't realise I had to do was fettling. So when you dip, so that you don't get inconsistencies in your glaze, where it's dipped and it's a bit thicker or it's got lumps or double layers, you fettle off with a knife. Well, I'm lucky I got these in the kiln yesterday. So I can see there, that must have been slightly thicker there that I should have fettled off. But for my first full glaze firing with dipping glazes, I'm loving this. I mean, so beautiful. I'm not normally a green person, but I love that glaze with the movement in it. Gorgeous. Right, let's get this other one. There's 3 of these. Oh, again, see, maybe fettling there. This is what I need to learn, how I work differently. I love how that breaks. So I also had 2 mugs that I decided to try 2 of my dipping glazes. I've only made 2 batches, ivory for the trees and this floating copper. And I've dipped them all in the ivory and then I've dipped the tops in the floating copper. That could be a disaster or it could be gorgeous. I like that. I love that glaze. So there's another one of those to come out. Okay. Oh! Now, all these bits, can you see all these bits on here? Where are they coming from? It must be from the trees. Oh, Kathy Maguire, you have inspired the nation, the world, with your frozen pond technique. Oh, okay, that's the other thing. I can see the bits on my hand. I've got, I hadn't got Sarah Walton at Sarah Walton Ceramics. She puts alumina hydrate in her wax. I didn't have any of that, so I put silica sand in my wax and I put that on the rim of the feet of these pieces, and I just had obsidian on the back because I didn't want to completely lose my maker's mark. I don't know whether I should have left that completely plain, but this is a very nice combo. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. So this one, the smallest, was obsidian, 2 coats, and running hot chowder, 3 lots of dots, and I used a combination of dots. I will put it on my Instagram post when I post these on, which has got my before and after of the dots. I had like a bit of a flower pattern, smaller dots, just multiple different size dots. And I put some on the rim in individual dots. And then I put some, I like it around the outside edge. Look how it's dropped down. So I could do that a bit higher next time. And then all over the top of that one was smoky Merlot. It's come out beautiful, hasn't it? Should I have put it on the middle as well? More than likely. That's beautiful. Oh, Kathy, you have created the most gorgeous process of glazing. That is beautiful. It does use a lot of glaze though. So this one is the 3rd one, 3 of 5. And this one has got blue rutile. So obsidian, running hot chowder dots. These must have been coming off the trees, these bits. I'm just pleased they're not glued on. Oh, wow. Oh, so these are like just some sponge sticks I had for my granddaughters, and this was like a flower shape. And then I did flowers with smaller size dots and coming down in dots. That is gorgeous. Look at that on the outside. Now I'm liking it here. Not so keen on the black. Oh, let me just get this silica sand off, but that's worked. That is absolutely outstanding. So this one had smoky Merlot all over. This one had blue rutile all over. So not much different on the inside, but a difference on the outside. Wow. You just want to look into that for ages. beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Right, I've done smallest 1 of 3 and 3, 1 of 5 and 3 of 5. So on the bottom I have got 2 of 5, 4 of 5, 5 of 5, and one with texture that Nikki and Stuart from Hartley Noble, they came to spend a day with me a few weeks ago. We were testing out, I was showing Nikki how to use their stacker system, or how I use their stacker system, the product just recently launched, which made these platters. And Nikki also made 2 of the platters, and she's coming back in a few weeks to actually glaze them with me. So I also, when Nikki was here, we were just trialling out the moulds, and I made one with texture. And again, Nat, Mud Magic, you'll be pleased to know I've bought some celadons, and it's my first celadon piece in here. So I hope it's okay, because I've only bought them because of what you said. Right, now I'm going for my next shelf. What's this? Where's this come from? Where's that come from? I don't know where that's come from. And a piece there. So it looks as if these dipping glazes are splicing off. Oh, I can see that's not worked very well. Okay, look at those frozen pond. Oh, look at the celadon, Nat. Oh, right. Okay, let me take this one out. That's another one of the textured tumblers. Again, maybe fettling there. I'll have a look at my before photographs and see. Love that, love that, love that, love that. Right, let's have a look at the ones that haven't worked. So this was the combination, and it's run. Oh, and look at that crawling. Oh yes, that's not so good. Not so good. Oh, so that piece that flaked off, must have come from here. I mean, I can Dremel that off, but that's not good. I suppose I can re-dip, but that's not liking that at all. Well, what a shame. Okay, let's have kiln fail. That's my kiln fail. That's definitely not so clever. Let's have a look at the other one. Well, this is a very nice effect, but that's not a very nice effect. And let me come here. It's dripping here, that's not liking it. Under here, it's not liking it. So I'm going to Dremel these down, and then I'm going to re-dip them just all in the green copper, the floating copper. That's bad, isn't it? I mean, some really nice combinations there, but that's not happy. I did see that Joe actually fired it in the bisque. Did he dip it and then fire it with the first one? And then when he put the second one on, it didn't conflict. I'm going to read up on that and see if that's an option. Because that effect is very nice if it wasn't doing all this crawling and spitting and... So, yeah. Now, let's go a bit further down. Oh, I did want to tell you... I'm also looking, actually, this firing at cone 6 that went to 06 and then took it up to 6. I don't see that it's made any problem, so that's really good to know. At least I caught it. I have, it's only took me 2 years, but I finally got my website live and up and running. It took me 2 years to get the content together. My son has come over from Canada. He lives in Canada and we're in the UK, and he built me the site about 18 months ago and been waiting on me for content. So he came over and he finished the site off for me. I put my final bit of content and I've got a shop online. I'm finally, after a lot of persuasion from the family, I'm going to put my products on the website for sale. I'm also doing a few in-person events next year. I'm only doing one this year at a little Christmas fair, a little tiny one in on Sunday in 4 or 5 days. 4 days? I don't even know what day of the week it is. But if you want to check out my website, I'd love to have your feedback. It's www.farforestceramics.com. The shop's on there. But when I do a kiln opening, if there's anything that you happen to be interested in purchasing, just drop me a message either by email, Jeanette@farforestceramics.com, or on Instagram direct message. Just let me know. And I will then most likely get them listed on the website within a couple of weeks following from that. But yeah, if you're interested, just drop me a message. So let's have a look. Let me look at the textured one. So this is Weeping Plum. I like that on the texture there, Nat. So I actually did pulls of honey flux on the edge. And I don't think I either put enough. I don't think I put enough. But I love the texture. I love the Celadon. And I've got a lot of texture mats. So this is again on the Hartley and Noble stacker system that I did a shallower dish. So this is the deeper, that's the shallower. The versatility is just insane. I like that. Very nice, very nice, very nice. That was Weeping Plum and then Weeping Plum, not Flum, with honey flux on the edge. Right, so I have got two that are the same, the second size and the fourth size. So these two were the same. So obsidian all over. Let's have a look. I always worry about, oh, I'm so sorry for knocking the camera. Just late for it to, I'm so sorry for knocking the camera. So that is so nice. Ah. And again, I've got the silica sand, which I just need to brush off. That's a great idea. Better than putting it all over the surface of the bottom. I'm not sure about this. I might keep those completely bare next time. Not sure about that, but I'm loving the dots here on the edge. I think that works really well. So this one, obsidian all over, 3 coats on the inside, just 2 on the outside. And then textured autumn spectrum, 2 coats all over, followed by running hot chowder dots. Again with these like petal shapes, smaller ones. That's gorgeous, isn't it? Really nice. Oh. Let's see how they're stacking so far. So, I mean, we've got 3 different colours here, but I love them all. I love them all. And this is the same. Oh, what a beautiful technique. Beautiful technique. See, I've lost my logo, my maker's mark there because I've covered that. I'm going to leave that blank next time. Just small improvements. A little bit of silica sand that I can brush off. So gorgeous. Let me put that inside. That's where we are at the moment. Different colours, but still a gorgeous set. I didn't want to do them all the same. I wanted to try all the different combinations. So the largest one is with Smoky Merlot obsidian, 3 coats, running hot chowder dots, and Smoky Merlot all over. Oh, beautiful. I'm so pleased that those dots I saw are not actually infused into it. They're just little specks. Don't know where they've come from. So the Smoky Merlot has shown here in where they join. I like that. Oh, the richness here. And that one I put the Smoky Merlot on, but I don't like the edges here. I mean, I did it with wax, I did it really neat, but I still don't like that. I'm going to leave those blank there. I'm just going to colour up to, glaze up to here in future. I must have caught some wax there. I got the silica sand. Good technique that though, Sarah. Now I've got to brush that all off. Let's put that other set into it. How amazing is that? Oh, that is outstanding. So the biggest and the smallest are the same. These 2 are the same. And then that one has got the blue rutile. Textured autumn, Smoky Merlot and blue rutile in conjunction with running hot chowder and obsidian as a base. I don't know what I prefer, but they are gorgeous. Let me leave that down there. Well, that's 5, 6 and 7 cones, so I nearly reached a cone 7. Well, I think I did. I would have reached a cone 7. I mean, this was a cone 6 firing, so that's gone to really nearly cone 7. So it's firing hot. One last one down here, which was this the refire? This could have been the refire. Ah, I think this was the refire. Again, those little bits are just the silica sand. This is the refire. It's better than it was, definitely better than it was, and it's now usable. It's covered it enough, but it's not as good as the original just done, but you can reglaze, which is great. Well, so question is, what's my kiln favourite? I love the trees, I love that green glaze, but I'm sorry, the frozen pond. These are just mind-blowingly amazing. Kathy, you are just... I'd love to know what made you think to try this, because what would make you think to do all these different patterns? Oh, it's just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm almost... See, I think that's the nicest. But then I love that. But they all blend, don't they? Oh, really nice. That's picked me up, that has. That's picked me up. So I've got a bit of repair work to do on my trees just to get the holes through. Oh, I need to put this down there. Try and pick myself up. I'm hoping the antibiotics work in time for the craft fair so I can still do it. It's 4 days, so I've been on the antibiotics for 6 days by then. It's a 7-day course, so fingers crossed I'll start to feel the benefits. But yeah, hopefully you'll start to see a lot more uploads of kiln firings, all sorts of things that I'm doing in my studios. Now I've got the upper and the lower studio. If you'd like to subscribe, it is free. All you've got to do is click a button, and what that does is notifies you when I've uploaded a new video. But you do need to check the notifications bell. Just check it to all, otherwise it might not notify you if it just does selected one. So just click it onto all. But I really appreciate the support. I'm sorry I've not been very present in the last 12 months. Life has thrown quite a few curveballs at us as a family that we've found quite challenging, and we've been working our way through. We're not out of them yet, but we're on the way. And this whole adventure with clay, it was my therapy during lockdown when I started in 2021. Never touched clay before in my life, and it's continued to be my therapy. It's my happy place. I can zone out, and even like now when I am pretty ill, it just helps me get out the chair, do things, and it takes me to a happy place, which we all need that at times, don't we? When we have bad days, bad times. I'm going to get emotional now, but yeah, things have been pretty tough, and that's one of the reasons why my husband said, take over this room, take the 2 rooms. It just does you the world of good, and he loves seeing me so happy. Why am I getting emotional? I know why I'm getting emotional, but thank you to hubby for giving me the opportunity to have this lower studio. Thank you for you all being so patient while I've been trying to get through the last 12 months. And I'm hoping after Christmas, we're going to get news that we wanted, and then I can plough my heart and soul into the studio and just enjoy myself. This is a hobby. It's for fun, nothing more than that. And I love the fact that the family have encouraged me to actually try and sell things now, which I never felt anything was good enough to sell. However, now these frozen ponds have come out, I would buy these. I would absolutely buy these. I don't think people realise how long it takes to make, do they? And that you put your heart and soul into every piece. From the clay making to the texture, to the finishing, to the bisque firing, to the sanding, to the waxing, to the glazing. And then you open this kiln and you realise how many weeks and days and hours you've spent on these pieces, and you desperately want them to turn out. And you don't always get them to turn out, but then that makes the successes even more amazing. And I'm waffling and I need to go, don't I? So I'm hoping this is filmed okay, because I'm really not firing on all 4 cylinders. 4 cylinders? I didn't know how many cylinders, full cylinders. I need to go and have another lie down. But yeah, thank you so much for following my journey, and I hope you stick around to the new year when I've got a few exciting things I'm hoping to start doing as well soon. So if you can check out my website, I'd appreciate it. Take care. Thanks ever so much. Bye.